Well, I guess I just wanted to have a little BS session with whoever might be coming on today. Uh, I guess to start things off with, uh, all the all the videos from Flat Rate did one, and Andrew the Mechanic did one about parts. Well, I might as well jump on that bandwagon too. Saturday, I was doing a job for a neighbor, needed brakes put on the car. Went to my local auto parts store to get the parts and get home, and there was one odd sized brake pad in the box. So I had to call up the parts store. I said, "Hey, I got home, realized that these parts aren't the right ones. There was an odd sized part in there." Well, they tell me to bring them back in and they'd give me another set. Alright, get back there. They don't have it. They don't have another set of brakes that I need for this car. So, what do? I have to wait until Monday to get brakes put on this neighbor's car. And they can't be without their vehicle on Monday. So, what do I do there again? So, Monday evening, after they had been at work, go over to their house, which is just across the street, but beside the point. Go over to their house, change the brakes, and mind you, it's crappy weather and raining. But I had to get it done, and lo and behold, I guess moral of that story is check your parts, because we know damn well these parts stores aren't doing it, and they just want to hire Joe Blow off the street anymore, and they don't know anything about parts or what you're looking for. So it's just kind of frustrating. And, you know, I guess we'll leave it at that. My other thing I guess I want to talk about is me and what I got going on. So for the last 8 years of my life, I've been in the army. It's been a good thing. It's done a lot for me and my family. We've got to go places, be places that we never would have went before. Uh, you know, it gave me opportunities that I wouldn't have had being being a civilian, and it's really been a good thing. Now the I guess downside to that is yes, I was away from home a lot. Never deployed, but was away from home. Uh, you know, I guess it is what it is. It's kind of what you sign up for when you join any military branch. Is you're you're away from home. You're doing training. You're working late hours. You're in early. And it's not like your recruiter tells you, "Oh, you come in at 6:30, do PT. You got an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then you show up at work at 9 o'clock." That's not the case. It's more like you come in at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, depending on what you have going on, and then possibly still have to do PT or do PT after work, which isn't a bad thing, but you're just not always in that mindset. Uh, Man, this holding the phone stuff is crazy. I need to invest in a tripod for sure. But anyway, uh, but I'm changing changing gears, so to speak, getting out of the army, and going to you know follow my dreams, do what I want to do, and start start working on cars again. Never really did it for money to begin with, but it's just something I always enjoyed. It was something. It was fun to me. Every vehicle was kind of a challenge or a new experience, and it's just something I always like to do. Yeah. So you know, but it's hard. You know, getting your name out there and people wanting to know, well, what kind of experience do you have, or what makes you better than this guy, or whatever. You know, myself, all the experience I got is, for the most part, self-taught or watching my dad or my grandfather, my stepdad do things and helping them out. And it's it's hard when you call a shop or you go to a shop and you say, "Hey, I see you're looking for a mechanic," and they first thing out of their mouth is, "What certifications do you have?" Well, I don't have any. I just got life experience, and sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's what they want to hear. They want to hear, "Oh, I've worked on my own vehicles. I've done this. I've done that." I just actually called a guy today. He was looking for a mechanic, and I told him some of the skills I had and some of the uh, knowledge I had, and he was really impressed. And he was like, "Unfortunately, I just filled that position," but he's like, "Give me a call back in a week or two, and I'll see how this new guy is that I just hired, and I might have a position for you regardless." So that's good, I guess. Uh, a foot in the door is better than no door at all. Uh, you know, I like I said, I've just worked on vehicles my whole life, just as kind of a hobby, is something to do. It was kind of ingrained in me, to take pride in your work, and if you can fix something, good. My dad, he's taught me a lot on, just basic car repair, basic, I think I was 6, 7 years old, and he sat a carburetor down in front of me and told me to rebuild it. I didn't know what I was doing. He guided me along the way a little bit, but you know, rebuilt a carburetor at 6, 7 years old, and put it on the car, and it needed adjusting. I had to adjust everything, and got it tuned up. And something I always remember is doing that. One thing that I picked up from my grandfather, and I wish it was something I used more and was better versed at, was the guy could rebuild a rear end like it was nobody's business, but it was the way he did it that just always blew my mind. He would adjust everything with a cigarette paper and put it through the gear and show on that paper where his lash was and everything. And it was just mind blowing and impressive to me, especially at a young age, to see him do something like that. And I've never got to that proficiency, I guess you could say. But it's just always something that interested me and impressed me when he would rebuild a rear end, and that's how he'd do it. No feeler gauges, no nothing, just a cigarette paper and his knowledge, and it's impressive. Uh, what else to talk about? Hmm. I think dipping on camera is bad. I always got to spit. Not like smoking a cigarette. Both habits are bad. But who am I to judge? I'm just the, you know, I'm just me. Uh, so, what else to talk about here? I guess, you know, big, another big thing to me is, getting out of the army is having more time with my family. You know, I don't want to be working and being away from home so much and just not being able to enjoy my kids. My kids are still pretty young. They're 5 and 9. My son's about to be 6. And, you know, my daughter, she's got a lot going on. She's doing dance. And, when I was in the Army, I couldn't always guarantee I was going to be at her recital or, be able to take her to dance practice or whatever. Being out of the Army has been nice. I've been able to take her to dance. I've been able to, you know, her recital wasn't until June, but, still, I haven't been able to be there all the time. And my son just started soccer, and luckily, thankfully, it's on Saturday, so Saturday mornings we go to the soccer field and he gets to practice his soccer, which he thoroughly enjoys, and and it's nice to just be out there uh, and feel like a family member and not a placeholder. Some of you guys that might have been in the military, you understand what I'm saying. Uh, and then just for my wife, it's been I think my wife has thoroughly enjoyed having me home, even though she probably won't admit it all the time. Uh, but she's enjoyed having me at home because I help get the kids out the door, help her out when I'm not busy doing other things. I help her clean up the house, do things around the house for her that makes her day a little easier when she gets home from work. Uh, Things of that nature. But I do really need to find something. So if anyone out there in the YouTube land knows of anybody in my area of North Carolina around Pinehurst, Aberdeen, Southern Pines, Raleigh, Fayetteville, have them get a hold of me. I'm not too good to look at any opportunities right now. Because, like I said, a foot in the door is always better than no door to be opened at all. Uh, so, I guess I'll leave it at that. And I'm going to get off of here. You guys have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. And don't take life for granted. Take it one day at a time, because you don't know when your next day is or what the next day is gonna bring. So have a great day. Thanks. Bye.